All right, just start seated. Sit up tall. You can take the legs any way they're comfortable. You don't even need to sit up on a bolster or a block. We won't be here very long, but just take a moment to get grounded, to close the eyes, to tune in. Take a couple of deep breaths to sigh it out, to let it go, make a little noise. Rock the hips side to side. Root down, get a little grounded, get a lot grounded. And tune into what you're feeling, tune into the sensations in your body. And pay attention to the stories. Especially if they are surrounded by what you did yesterday. Surrounded or shrouded with judgment. All right, they're just jelly beans, it's just chocolate, it's just wine. So let's move on, right? I think someone said today's a new day, so we get to start fresh. Just clear whatever you need to clear. Release it, let it go. And you can keep the eyes closed or blink them open. Just take a few shoulder rolls, roll the shoulders up and back and down. Take your time, go slowly, especially if you feel tight, there's a lot of tension. If you feel you're holding, gripping. Take it forward. Roll the shoulders. Up. Back to neutral. Take a big breath in. And empty out. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, take a twist to the right. We'll work your intestines a little bit. Any kind of twisting helps squeeze the intestines, right? Get them moving. Works out Easter dinner, if that's what it was, Easter drinks, Easter candy. Right, but it's not just a physical twisting, it's also mental, emotional, all the stuff you're holding and carrying. So just twist as you inhale, lengthen as you exhale, take it a little deeper. And then reach back to center on your inhale. And take it to the left. Let the spine get long, let the crown of your head lift. And so with each inhale, there's length. With each exhale, there's twist. And then back to center, reach the arms up. Bring the hands to your knees, switch the feet. So whichever one's in the front, just switch it. And take hands to knees and start with circles. So one direction, nice and slow. Let the shoulders roll. Let the chest come forward. As you round back, pull your belly in. Feel the spine round. And then take it the other direction. And You add a little bit of pressure to the knees. Soften in the hips. Feel that stretch all the way up into the outer hips. Not just about the spine. And then pause. And set your right hand next to your right hip. Put your left arm up. Take a stretch. Keep that left glute on the floor. And then switch. Take the left palm down, right arm up and over. And then come back to center. If you've got a block, maybe a bolster, something with a little bit of height, bring it to the front of your mat and take the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. And I want to have the bolster or the pillow behind your hip so that we can eventually lay back into Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll take one upright and then we'll come into this supine version. So kind of set up now. I like to bring the block out in front of my toes. You can bring it onto your arches, wherever it feels right. Yeah, and then inhale, lift, and as you exhale, start to bow forward. So maybe the head comes down to support. And you can round the low back and let the forehead drop towards your arches. Find that movement that you need, get into a comfortable, right, uncomfortable, but uncomfortable space of discomfort. So there's a little bit of discomfort here. It's not just about the sensation of stretch. It's about dropping into a space that is that kind of border between pain and stretch. So don't overdo, right? You notice, you listen, you drop, and then you pause. And then you notice, you listen, you pause, and then maybe you go a little deeper. And we're going to hang out here for a few minutes. So start to let the sensations deepen, right? Feel them. And then if you do have a block or a prop of some sort, then you need to lower it as your body starts to warm up, right? So are you breathing? And of course you're breathing, but are you breathing with intention, or is there a sense of holding the breath? Can you soften the jaw, soften your eyes? And soften the space where you feel the stretch, so your outer hips and your hip flexors. And then slowly press up. Slowly come back. So if you don't have a prop, it's okay. You're just going to lay back. If you do, I'll give you a little bit more of a heart opener. Let the chest lift. Drop the arms where they're comfortable, and then maybe you need to support a little under the knees, under the outer thighs. So get your pose. And again, you want to fidget and move. Find that space on the bolster, or if it's on the mat. And then start to pay attention to where you feel the release. Where you feel a sense of things letting go. Where you feel a sense of tightness, of pulling. And where you feel a sense of openness. If you're feeling too much pressure on the low back, you can take the feet wide on your mat and just let the knees drop in the center. Just notice when your body's putting on the brakes, where it's halting. Maybe the knees are able to drop deeper, but the hip flexors are gripping. And you soften and take it deeper. And feel the lifting of your heart, of your chest. Notice that sense of lightness, of lifting on the inhale, and a sense of grounding and rooting on the exhale. Use your hands to draw your knees to center. And take your time. Feel that creakiness in the hip flexors. Take the feet wide, drop the knees in towards center. And then windshield wiper the feet and the legs. Let the knees drop one side and into the other. And just take your time till the hips loosen. And we'll roll on to your left or right side just to come up for a moment. Move the bolster and then come back down. And take the legs long. Bring your arms next to your hips. Again, settle in. On an inhale, start to reach the arms up and over. At the top of that inhale, let the hands rest on the floor above your head. And then as you exhale, slowly bring the arms all the way back down. So at the bottom of the breath, the hands are resting next to the hips. Inhale, let the arms float up all the way to the top. As you empty, let the arms float down, hands next to hips. 2 more like this. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. And then last round like this. Reach. And as you empty, bring the arms down, hands next to palms. We'll take the same movement, only this time we're going to involve the pelvis. So as you inhale, you'll find a slight tilting forward of your pelvis, so you'll feel an arch in the low back. Think cow pose. And then as you exhale, as the arms come down, start to lower the low back into the mat. The pelvis tilts forward. Inhale overhead, find that breath, let the pelvis tilt forward towards your toes. Arch in the low back. As you empty, start to press the spine down and start to time it with your breath. Hands come next to palms. Inhale, reach. Find that curve in the low back. Exhale, press low back down, pelvis forward, hands next to hips. And keep rolling. Find breath, find your flow. Your pelvis is rocking forward and back as the arms lift and lower. And take 2 more. Wherever you are, and take your time. There's no rush. And after you've gone through 2 more, drop the hands next to your hips. And let the legs go loose. Feel the hips release. And your left hand to your heart center and right hand to the belly. And breathe. And draw the air all the way down into the belly. Feel your belly button press into your hand. Take up space, right? Create space, expand. And when you empty, feel the contraction. And bend the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor. And draw your knees into your chest. Take a little rock side to side. Rock in little circles in one direction. And then take those circles in the other direction. And then take your legs up into the air. Press the heels up, draw the toes down. Press your low back down. Squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Imagine, I didn't have you get a block, but imagine there's a block between the thighs. Squeeze and press the low back down. And hold. And keep squeezing. Keep holding. And keep your low back pressed down. Draw the right knee into your chest. Extend the left heel to the floor. Legs straight. Gently draw that right knee in. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Maybe you even take little circles with that knee to feel the hip flexor softening. And extend the right leg. Grab behind the thigh, and maybe the calf. Maybe you've got your toes. Gently draw the toes towards the back of the room. Gently press your left heel into the floor. So press each leg away from each other. And then bring your left hand to your left hip pointer and let the right leg open. Any amount, keep that left hip down. Feel the stretch along the inseam of your leg. And then once you feel you've gone, as open as you can, release the hand and let the leg float. Feel the hip flexor engage. Hold it in place. And then without using your hand, draw it back up to center. And then cross it to the left. Keep that right hip close to the ground, just so you feel the stretch of the outer seam of your right leg. You know the drill. Point the heel towards the side of the room, draw the toes towards the back wall. And just let it hold in this space, no hands. Feel the hip flexor engage again, it's holding it there. And without using your hands, bring that leg back up to center and draw that knee into your chest. Give it a big squeeze, draw the left knee in, and then take both legs up to the ceiling. Press your low back down, squeeze your thighs in. Keep pressing, just feel the low back engage. Feel the inner thighs squeeze. And then draw the left knee in, extend the right heel to the floor. And then same thing, relax the shoulders. You can take a little circle, that knee, in one direction and the other. And then extend the left leg to the ceiling. Grab behind the thigh, or the calf, or the ankle, whatever you can grab. Press the right heel into the floor, draw the toes. Right heel up, toes back. Press the right heel down. And then keep the grip with the hand. Bring your right palm to your right hip flexor. Not hip flexor, but hip pointer. And then open to the left. Same thing. Take it as far as you can. And once you feel comfortable in the discomfort, let go. Let the leg float. Feel the leg engage. Feel that hip flexor engage. Keep that right hip down. And without using hands, start to take it back up to center. And then cross it to the right. Keep the left glute down. So you feel that stretch right up the outer seam of your leg, up into the knee. Flex the toes back, press the heel towards the side of the room. If you don't feel it, you might be rolling way over. So come back out of it. It's not a big twist. And then without using the hands, bring it back up. Bring your knee into your chest. Bring the right knee in. And then rock forward and back. Take a few good rolls. And you'll find your way up into tabletop. All right, cat-cow pose. So start just with some organic movement, right? Find your hands, find your knees, find the ground. And then maybe it's just little circles or rock forward and back. Feel your hips. And once you feel grounded on your inhale, come into cow pose. And exhale, cat. And roll through. Cat and cow in your breath. And just take your time. And really press the floor away. Really let the belly drop. Really let the chin tuck. And then come back to neutral. And bring that left palm towards the center of your mat. Reach your right arm up. And come down onto that right shoulder head. Thread the needle. Come all the way down. We'll just hang out here for a moment. You can bring that left arm around, find a bind. And then bring the left palm down. Open up, lift the arm. Bring the right palm to center. Reach the left arm up. Thread the needle, bring it under. Maybe you take a bind. Notice what you need. Notice if you're holding in that left shoulder, can you find softness? And you let the gravity or the weight of your body just do the stretch. Press into the right palm. Reach that left arm up. Bring the palm down. Come onto the forearms. Come into puppy pose. So start to walk the fingertips forward. Bring your chest towards the mat. Bring your forehead down. And let your tailbone lift. And walk the fingertips forward. And let your forearms lift. And then start to walk back. Child's pose, come all the way to your hips, come to your heels. You can reach the arms out in front of you, or you can take your arms next to your body.
Reach the arms forward if they're not. And take a little flow. Take a breath in and a breath out. And as you inhale, start to shimmy forward. High cobra pose. Yeah. As you exhale, draw belly to spine. Come all the way back. Child's pose. Inhale, round forward, cobra pose. Yeah. Exhale, belly to spine, draw back. Come all the way till your forehead comes down. Find that pause. Inhale forward, cobra pose. Lift your heart. Pause. When you're ready, empty, child's pose. Come all the way back. And keep rolling through. Round it forward. Feel your spine engage. Notice when the shoulders get engaged. Right. Feel it. Pause. And then notice the movement back. Belly draws in. Come all the way. Forward and back. Take 3 more in your time. Find your flow. No rush. Maybe you explore a little. Take the legs wider. Take the legs in. Pause a little longer in one pose versus the other. Once you've come through a full round of 3, and again, no rush, we'll meet in child's pose. Yeah, take your time. And as you land, feel your forehead. Feel the support of the floor. Maybe you bring the arms alongside your body. And can you let go a little more? Can you soften? Can you release? And then slowly come back up to tabletop. Yeah. Extend your right leg behind you. And then I want you to step that foot nice and wide to the outside of your right hand. You can start to come into a lizard pose setup. So whatever that looks like for you, let the left knee stay down. You can keep the right toes pointing forward, or maybe start to open to the right a little bit more towards 2 o'clock. You might stay there, or start to open onto the outer edge of that foot. You can stay here, or you can come onto your forearms. If you've got a support block bolster, something like that, maybe you could come down onto that. And let the head drop. And we're going to stay. And we're going to feel it. Some of us already do. Now I do. And you start to pay attention to The sensations in the body, and then the stories that start to drop in, the thoughts that start to drop in surrounding it. So what is your mind telling you? And can you just drop it for the next minute and come to your breath? And let those inhales draw deep. And let those exhales completely empty. And feel free to wiggle a little deeper. Open the hip a little bit more. Or to back up if you've gone too far too fast and it's too intense. Again, it's finding that balance, finding that edge to where you have a sensation of stretch and then overdoing to a sensation of pain, right? And knowing the difference. And knowing that part of this is not just physical, it's also a panic, your shortness of breath, right? If the heart starts racing, that's a sign that you've gone too far, right? And it's okay to come out. And everyone will start to press up, start to walk the right foot forward and back. Come into child's pose just for a few breaths, just to feel the difference in your sides. And then come back up, tabletop. Left side, rest, reach. The left heel back, and then step it wide. Outside of that left hand, and then you shimmy, you move. You get into your pose. Take it as deep as feels good in your body. Maybe the left toes come to 10 o'clock. Maybe you peel open onto the outer foot. Stay upright or start to bring the forearms down. Right, set up. And once you've set up, or once you're in the pose, breathe. Get really present. Get really mindful with the sensations. Notice. And then again, what's the story? If there is one, what are the thoughts? If there are any. And it could just be a repetitive, habitual, I hate this pose every time we come to it. Oh, this one, right? And that's a story. There's history. And can you drop it? Can it be a new pose, a new day, right here? Let the head drop. Soften in the shoulders, even though you're holding, right? Find that sense of softness. You don't need to pull the shoulders up into your ears. Draw them down your back. Create space. And then slowly come up. Slowly bring that left knee back. And then slowly drop into child's pose. Ooh. And then back up, tabletop. Extend the right leg. And bring that knee forward and through. Step the hand between the feet. Dip forward into a runner's lunge. For a moment, stretch the front of that left hip flexor. Nice. Maybe you start to wiggle the right foot forward a little and then come back into half splits, Ardha Hanumanasana. So I like to open a little bit. So let the left knee come back, right heel forward. And then let your heart drop over the extended leg, any amount. And then shift forward, low lunge, that stretch, tabletop. Left side, extend the left leg. Draw that knee forward, step between the hands, low lunge. Find that runner's lunge, stretch into the right hip flexor. Yep. Now when you're ready, straighten the left leg, draw the toes back, and let the heart drop. Right, half splits, maybe you go into full splits. And then shift forward. Runner's lunge, tabletop. And then walk the knees forward and come through to a seat. We'll come all the way down to your back. Bend the knees. Bring your feet flat to the mat. All right. Bridge pose. So bring the palms next to the hips. Press the palms into the floor. Press your heels into the floor. Press your big toes into the floor. And start to let the hips rise up. Start to roll the shoulders under. Squeeze your inner thighs together. So the knees are pointing forward and not out. And keep lifting. Keep pressing. Palms down. Press into that big toe. Feel that what gets activated. Keep rolling the shoulders. Maybe you clasp your hands underneath you. Let the chest lift into your chin. If you've got the grip of the hands, release and then roll down. One vertebrae at a time. All the way down till the sacrum's flat. And then press into the feet, press the palms, lift the hips. One more bridge pose. Roll the shoulders under. Maybe you clasp the hands. Press into the feet. Press into the left foot. Draw the right knee into your chest. Lift the right heel to the ceiling. Lift that right glute up. It's going to have a tendency to want to drop. Keep lifting. Keep pressing into that left toe. And then draw the right knee into your chest. Take the right foot down. Other side. Left knee into chest. Press into the right foot. And then press the left heel to the ceiling. Lift the left glute. So I want your hips even. And then draw that left knee into chest. Left foot down. Release the grip if you've got it. Slowly roll. Top of the spine to the base. And then take your feet nice and wide. Let the knees drop into center. Let the hands soften next to you. Instruct the rest. Rock the head side to side. And bring the feet back parallel, knees bent. Take the right ankle over the left knee. Press the right knee towards the front of the room. Stay right there. If you want to go deeper, grab behind the left knee. And pull that knee into your chest. Options. Go with where it feels best in your body. And if you can't quite get this foot up, you can also bring your left foot to a block. Notice if you're rolling up off of your tailbone. Press your tailbone into the floor. So that may intensify the stretch a little bit. Maybe a lot. If you've got a wrap around the left knee, start to bring that left foot back to the floor. Keep that right ankle over the left knee, and then slowly start to drop your right toes to the left. Just a small twist. Right, and the toe may not reach the floor, that's okay. Slowly come back to center. Unwind that right foot, bring it to the floor, and then cross the left ankle over the right knee. Honor the difference in this side. Press your left knee towards the front of the room. And if that's where you are, stay there. If you want to thread the needle, grab behind the right knee. And draw that knee into your chest. Feel the stretch in the outer hip. Press your low back into the mat. And then take your right foot to the floor. Slowly start to cross so that the left toes come down to the right. And then come back to center. Unwind the left side, foot to the floor, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. And then hold the right knee and extend the left leg. Cross your right knee over to the left. Find a supine twist. Reach your right arm to the right, take your gaze right. Bring your arms out to a T. Feel the chest lift. Notice where you're holding. Can you soften in the low back? Unwind, come back to center, knees into chest. Keep that left knee in. Extend the right. Cross over to the right. Supine twist. Bring the arms to a T. Take your gaze left. And start to roll back to center. Take both knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, big squeeze. And then come into Shavasana. And extend the legs. Take up space. Close the eyes. And rest. Be.
And take a deep breath in. When you're ready, empty out. And begin to make movements in your body. Start with small movements. Gradually lead to larger movements. Don't rush. Take your time. And find your way, when you're ready, into a fetal position. Take your left or right side. And gently press up to an easy seat. And sit up tall, close the eyes. Bring your left hand to the center of your heart. And let your right hand cover. If you were in the meditation this morning, it's a repeat. If you weren't, it's an ancient Hawaiian prayer. And I want you to direct it right at your heart. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Your thumb knuckles to your forehead. The light in me sees and honors the light within each of you. Remember that spark of divinity and share it with the world. Go in peace. Namaste.